Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we've been decoding REM, Losing My Religion. We got the letters to go through, all the categories. We got translations. We got a couple interesting things out of the translations. And we got the number conversions. And we've got the numbers to run through the stock market. Now we're on finance. So set enough changed to set it up. And that happened twice. So, as you see, this S is still in set it up, set enough to set it up. There's an S in both. So the S didn't really change. So we're going to knock that S off. The I in set enough is still in set it up. So we're going to knock that I off because it didn't really go anywhere. The E in set enough didn't really go anywhere. It's still over here and set it up. So we're going to knock that off. And this U in set enough is still over here and set it up. So we're going to knock that off. And what that leaves you with is ADNOGHTTP. And that happened twice. So we're going to bring it down twice. ADNOGHTTP twice. Now, once you get to this overlap, or in this case, I guess we're dealing with the numbers. Once you get to this overlap, you can go backwards. And once you get done, get back to the overlap going backwards, you're done. Unless we were rearranging these, which we're not. So, a computer would. So we're not getting everything. So, then we used this numerology chart right here. Whoop, can't do it. But we use this numerology chart. It's the one we've been using. Now, I'm sure if we were doing, I'm sure a computer would use all the numerology charts and run a whole bunch of different searches, but we're just using this one. It's the one Ron over at Just a Voice showed me in the first place. So, A is 1, D is 4, N is 5, O is 6, G is 7, H is 8, T is 2, T is 2, P is 7. And that repeats. And the reason that is, if you come over here, A is 1. And then you come over here and find D, and it's number 4. And then if you find N, it's 5. See, it's under 5. And then O is under 6, so it's 6. Then G, here is 7. And then T, twice is 2, right here. And then P is 7. So, and that happened twice. So then that's where you get your 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 7. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 7. All right. So now we're going to run the finance search. And you start out with your first three. We'll start with our first three numbers, 145, and 145 ends up being 145, financial. Right? Well, I can't highlight it, but it's right here. How about this? 145 financial. Formerly Newman Accounting. A contemporary new name and look has been introduced, capitalizing on the firm's success, established reputation, and reflecting the dynamic nature of the business. It says they've been providing personalized financial services since 1986. So, But if you move on from that, you have 456, and 456 ends up being 456. A whole bunch of college courses, guys, and then they could hit any, I mean, the computer could hit any of these colleges. Portland State, uh, International Financial Management there. 456, Behavioral Finance at the University of Miami. 456, there's a independent study in finance at Iona College, Arizona State University, Ole Miss. So just a host of stuff they could hit. Yeah, here's part of a phone number. ENG Lending. So a few things that could get hit with that. If you move on from that, you have 782, and that ends up being 31 U.S. Code 782. Unannotated Title 31 Money and Finance 782. Leasing of space in the General Accounting Office Building 1. And it tells all about it here. But it's a U.S. code. And we got those before. And we get more, actually. We'll move on from that. We'll go to 822, which ends up being 45 U.S. Code 822, Direct Loans and Loan. And it's right here. 45, 45 U.S. Code 822, Direct Loans and Loan Guarantees. Let's see. And that was the most interesting thing I found there. So if you move on from that, you have 227, which ends up being Section 227, Finance Act of 2004. Section 227, Finance Act 2004. So, and looks like it deals with income tax, exemptions and reliefs, key pensions, topics citator, pensions tax, twice there. So, Tom Reuter's Practical Law. And then I'm supposed to go back to the list because how about 227 Global Project Finance, Stanford University? How about Economics 227? I believe that's what that is, Introduction to Finance. And you also have CFO 227 / 2377 Finance, Economics, and Business News for CFO. And that happens a couple of times. So there's a few things going on there with that. Some universities they could hit. You also have Part 10, Texas Public Finance Authority, Chapter 227. State regulations. So you also have a stock price here. What is this stock price? Probably something we already hit, guys, actually. We'll just jump in here real quick. 227 ORR.V. I don't believe we did hit this one. So there's another stock. So, but if you move on from that, you get 271. And 271 is Finance Code, Chapter 27, Financial Transaction Reporting, and this is in Texas. So here's another Texas. And Title 3, Financial institutions and businesses. Subtitle 2, miscellaneous provisions relating to financial institutions and businesses. Chapter 271, financial transaction reporting requirements. And it looks like this deals with, here's section 271, reporting requirement for crimes and suspected crimes in currency and foreign transactions. So that's what you got. And if you move on, oh no, you're not moving on. Let's see, yes, you also with 271 have HREP 116-271, United States Export Finance Agency Act of 2019. So there's your 271 right here. They can look that up as well. Probably slightly different in any given reality. So if you move on from that, you you do end up with another stock, and I wanted to include that. 7822 ends up being EIDA Company Ltd 7822.T, and that's on the Tokyo Exchange here. So there's another stock that what we didn't get in our stock market search, but there it is in finance. And that gets you through going forwards, because we got to, what was that? Oh, 7822 was where I backed up. We got to 271, which is 271, and now you're in that overlap. So now we're coming back, and you start with 722, first three, and that ends up being 722 Redemption Funding Incorporated, the nation's original and premier redemption company. For over 20 years, we have offered Chapter 7 debtors alternative to costly vehicle reaffirmations. We are proud to announce we have serviced $150 million in savings to debtors through our redemption program alone. So if you move on from that, you have 287, which ends up being 09-287 FT Finance Incorporated versus Miller ETAL. And this is a court case. So there could be a host of reasons that could be calculated. Maybe trying to find a reality where whoever won didn't find out what I'm not sure, but it's there. If you move on from that, I know there's one here I'm supposed to go back, but that ain't it. This is 287. So if you move on from that, you have 765. This one was a little interesting. 7H5, the University of Kansas State. FSHS 765, military personnel finance, or personal finance, military personal finance. This course gives an overview of topics relevant to the financial planning process. They talk about military service members. So, here, the course adapts the topics, and the course adapts the topics to address the unique needs, terminology, benefits, and resources that impact military service members and their families. And it talks about a host of things they cover. Now, this is the one I said to go back. because you also have PUBA 765, Capital Budgeting and Finance here. You also have Finance 765. This is contemporary. See, this is finance, investment, and banking courses, and this is the University of Wisconsin, Madison. All right. So there's a host of universities that could get hit here. You got credit score, which they could be hitting that. Kodak, $765 million federal loan process. Involved no wrongdoing. So that's kind of interesting too. But here's part of a phone number. Finance faculty, Purdue, and 765 is part of their phone number. So a few things going on with that. But if we're going to move on, if you move on from that, you have 417. And 417, how about 417 home loans? It's right here. 417 home loans. So there's a home loan. You also have 417invest.com, insurance and investments. So 417 insurance and investments. A wealth of information on retirement, investments, and financial planning, in addition to resources for topics very closely related to this stage of life. We specialize in Medicare as well. We had something on Medicare before, remember? So just a few things there, but we're going to move on to 172. Now we've hit the overlap, and that ends up being Section 172, Finance Act of 2013, and you're at practical law again. So there's another Finance Act, and that gets you through going forwards and backwards in finance. And this has ran far longer than I wanted it to. So genetics will be next. I'll try to get that up today. Got a few things to do, but I'll try. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.